work kind of, or conservation service, I should say, going outside and kind of just helping nature do its thing. And so my presentation I have is going to be focused on how nature can help your self-care journey. So let me share screen. Do, 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 do. Perfect.
Nick.
I can only know how to actually start the slideshow.
Uh, You should be able just to hit the first one and hit play. Uh,
Yeah, it's just like there's like a Zoom thing that's blocking that. Uh, actually,
Up at the top, the little
there we
play
go.
symbol. There
Perfect.
you go.
I think I got
Okay.
it. Awesome. Thank you, Antoine. So yeah, the benefits of nature for your self-care journey. Once this there. So I kind of wanted to start with the evidence. There is a lot of ongoing research about how nature can kind of help us in our self-care. Um, there's been a lot of experimental research to kind of help show that interacting with nature will help benefit and has like cognitive benefits. So a lot of the research focused around green spaces near schools to help promote cognitive development in children, green views, which are kind of like just having this natural greenery around, helps promote these sort of self-control behaviors. Experiments have been found that being exposed to the natural environment helps improve working memory, additional control, cognitive ability. It's just there's just so much research out there that's helping show that nature in general kind of helps us actually kind of if you look at this quote at the very bottom, spending time in nature can act as a balm for our busy brains. A lot of it can help calm our brains. The natural beauty kind of puts us at ease. I mean, we've as people have, grown alongside with nature, and it's just sort of like a natural thing that we love, the outdoors. Um, but also, if you're someone who doesn't have access to a lot of outdoor space, whether it's like a preserve or just a park, it turns out that even if you're in an urban area, such as like maybe the big city or just in a big town, and maybe you don't have access to like a car or a bike or anything to get outdoors, it doesn't matter because even if you're spending just a little bit outside in general, it can help boost your mood. So a quote from Lisa PhD Nisbet, you can boost your mood just by walking in nature, even in an urban setting. Even if it's just standing outside, walking around your lawn, walking outside your neighborhood, it's all gonna help. And that's what's sort of the beauty of nature is that it's always there around us. So no matter what you do, it's gonna be perfect for your brain. Uh, even in, I mean, yeah, just 20 minutes a day. Just if you're a work from home person and you're maybe on your lunch, you can go outside, go to a park, maybe go to the nearest bench, or just standing outside eating your lunch outside is kind of perfect. Just any amount of time is great, honestly. Uh, but even the sounds of nature can be. Oh, one second, I gotta change something. There we go. Even listening to the sounds of nature is going to be perfect for you because there's a lot of studies, even I can attest personally, just listening to calming wave sounds, birds, especially I'm big into birds, crickets, anything can help your like cognitive test and help your brain sort of mellow out your busy mind. And then as we're getting into my own experiences, as I was growing up, I lived in the suburbs, and so we had I guess not that much access to beautiful nature, kind of manicured lawns, some trees here and there. And even as a kid, I didn't like being outside, but slowly as I got into the outdoors and kind of slowly built my way into it, I just began loving it more and more. And that's how I ended up with the Huron Pines AmeriCorps program. I just wanted to be outside and helping nature any way I can, taking pictures, being birding, listening to the sounds of nature. It's really helped with a lot of my mental struggles as well, kind of calming everything. I'm a very easily stressed person, but so spending some time outdoors is great for helping calm your mind and helping self-care in general. But it's sort of like a quick highlights of my presentation. Spending time in nature is linked to both the cognitive benefits and improvements in both your mood, your mental health, and emotional well-being. Feeling connected to nature can produce those similar benefits of well-being. And it's regardless of how much you spend outside. It could be 10 minutes. The ideal time is 20 minutes, but even the smallest amount will help. Like I was saying earlier, the smallest amount for me helped, and now I'm just an outdoor fanatic. I love being outside. But even green spaces and blue spaces, which is aquatic. So even if you like are lucky and you live pretty close to a lake or any sort of waterway, just being able to see all that is it helps produce those well-being benefits. And then, but even if you go to your urban park, if you have a park nearby, it's perfect to go to and just sort of sitting there and letting your mind be at ease. And I wanted to leave everyone with one of my favorite people of nature, Bob Ross. I just want to share this quote. Spend some time with nature, let it become your good friend. It's honestly one of the perfect quotes to give nature a chance and sort of be outside and see how nature can help you in your self-care journey. Thank you. That's just a reference of where I got a lot of my research from, but you can find it anywhere, and there's just a lot of stuff that you can do. So thank you for listening.
Okay, last but certainly not least, we have Shanavia.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Shanavia Clayton, and I serve with CEDM AmeriCorps, and I work at Southwest Solutions in Southwest Detroit, and I help people with property taxes, just help people maintain their homes and stuff like that. But I kind of want to just piggyback off of Tyler, and just say that being out in nature is a good thing. That's where I'm at right now. So I'm spending some time outside right now. Um, Let me see if I can pull up my presentation. And I will let you all know that I don't have much of a presentation. I didn't really get a chance to finish it. So a lot of it is going to be freestyle. Oop, that's not it. I just had it up on all this. Can y'all see my screen?
Yeah, you're good, Shanavia.
Okay. I will be talking on self-care and parenting this morning. I mean, this evening. I did want to like, have a temperature check and just see how everyone is doing right now. Get a thumbs up or something, or just see how many people have children. Because I know that maybe not a lot of you have children, but if you do, I want to give you some tips on balancing being a parent and taking care of your children, taking care of yourself first. So self-care isn't selfish, it's necessary. That's my beginning right there. And this little part right here is just saying that when you think about self-care, does it bring to mind pampering, massage, shopping, trips, or a Twitter hashtag? That's just because the meaning of caring for yourself is often misunderstood. Let me move this out of my way. A self-care plan is a set of daily activities we deliberately take part in to improve our inner and outer well-being. Self-care isn't just about pampering or grooming yourself, although it can be a part of it. By following a self-care plan, which is something I would advise people to put in motion if they can, we take care of holistic wellness, mental, emotional, and physical health. Taking time out each day to nourish each part of ourselves helps us to live a healthier, happier, and fulfilling lives. That's just something I got from a website. Let's see what I got next. What's this? Okay. So right here I just have a myth breaker, and that's just to say that some people may misunderstand what being a parent is and putting it with self-care. Would I go back? Sorry about that. So a couple of them are that it's selfish of parents to want time to themselves. Good, wrong, I have the pictures to go with it. This is what parents signed up for, which is definitely not true, because who signed up to be a parent sometimes? Sometimes you don't plan to be a parent. So yeah. And parents should take care of their kids, not themselves, which I think is completely absurd, because how can you take care of someone else if you can't take care of yourself? You don't. Well, I have a couple notes on this page. Why is self-care important? How can you properly take care of someone else if you're falling apart yourself? You can't pour from an empty cup. And it's good to remember that you have others depending on you, and they need you to show up as your best self. So tendency of self helps you tend to other beings. So that's not just for parents, it's for brothers, sisters, people who care for the community like us. So just keeping that in mind. And then we have this part. Have you experienced, this is just a little question, something to think about. Have you experienced exhaustion, lack of motivation, frustration, cynicism, and other negative emotions, cognitive problems, slipping job performance, interpersonal problems, not taking care of yourself, being preoccupied with work when you're not at work, and generally decreased satisfaction? So these are some things that I took from a slide that I had, just to give you a good look of what it would look like if you were suffering from a burnout. So I put those in there just so you can have those to think about and pay attention to yourself to see, is that something that you may be heading towards? This right here, this probably is my last slide, but I wanted to give some people some unconventional self-care, just to give you a deeper thought on what self-care could be. It's not just the pampering, what I started off with, the pampering, the going on trips and, taking pictures for the world to see, But sometimes it may look like crying, releasing all of the emotions that you have, talking to someone, seeing a therapist or something. You gotta tend to your own mental and emotional before you can tend to someone else. Setting boundaries, stopping everything and breathing. This is something that I do with my children. Sometimes I have to just get them set up and go take myself a breather and just have some time to myself, because I may be going through a lot. I have people I tend to at work, people I tend to in my family, my children. So I have a lot going on, and sometimes I just feel like I'm overwhelmed. So taking some time for yourself is not a bad thing. Sharing your space with your children or others, that is a way that you can, that's unconventional to me, because sometimes having self-care doesn't just involve you and how you're doing, just having fun by yourself. You can involve your children. That's a way to go to the park or have them outside, play, go do some fun things with your family. That's something that may make you feel better and younger and more vibrant, and that will give your children something to do, and they can have fun. Y'all can share that together. I know I planned a self-care date for myself, and I ended up going on a date with multiple friends. So it doesn't have to be by yourself. I wanted to experience something by myself, but I feel like other things were in store for me. So I enjoyed the place that I wanted to go to with people that I love. Voice memo prayers, if that's something that you like to do. I pray to my on my recordings and listen to them sometimes. Organize your space. So cleaning and cooking may not seem like it's self-care, but having a good space to be in makes you feel good sometimes. And just walking in nature or in the house or whatever you got to do that works for you. um I think that was the last one. So that was the last one on my slide, but I do have some tips. I wanted everyone to know that self-care isn't just physical all the time. It includes your mind, your spirit, your body, emotions, all these things. So some tips that I have are: be aware of your stress levels. Be realistic with the things that you would like to do to lower your stress, because you may put yourself in bigger stress thinking, I'm not doing exactly what I want to do, or I'm not going to the place that I want to be, or something like that. So you don't want to stress yourself out thinking about how to take care of yourself. Remember, you are doing your best. Remember that. So just make sure you keep that in mind, that you're doing your best because you're trying to show up as your best self. Take a break. Accept changes as they come. And if you need to, seek support. There's groups on Facebook. You can find community groups. You can reach out to some people in your place of work, or friends, or whatever you have to do to get you some support in taking care of yourself, or just venting if you need to. And be mindful of yourself and others, because sometimes you may come off the wrong way, and that may be a sure sign that you need to take some time for yourself and get your mind right. And the last one is make time, even if it's just a moment. So right now I'm having just a moment. I'm outside. My children are in the house with their grandparents, and I'm just enjoying nature. So that is my moment, and that is my piece. And I hope that I help someone in some kind of way. And that's
All right. Thank you so much, Shanavia. Hey, so we don't have a ton of time left, but we did want to kind of pass this along. So Alvin created a really cool survey that I'm going to post in the chat. I don't know if Alvin, if you want to talk some more about it.
Sorry, I was having difficulty using my mic.
No worries.
Let me actually pull it up so I can.
It's in the chat too. I just posted the questions in the chat for you.
And actually, I don't think I ever introduced myself. I'm sorry for that. I'm Alvin Williams, and I currently serve with AmeriCorps in Lansing, Michigan as an economic opportunity coach. And suppose one of the reasons I wanted to help on that is because I have a couple clients where I teach them on employability skills and just help them cultivate a positive mindset on serving their purpose and achieving goals that they didn't think they were able to before they met with me. So that's part of the reason why I went about doing the presentation I did. But going on to the questions, it's a five-part question. Feel free to answer these best to your ability. You don't have to share these out or anything. But the first question is, are there daily habits or routines that you intentionally incorporate to support your mental well-being? If so, what are the daily habits? That's question one. And then two is, can you recall a time when you faced a mental health challenge or found a small, effective coping mechanism that helped you get through it? Three is, how do you check in with yourself mentally on a regular basis? And are there specific signs or triggers that indicates when you might need to focus on your mental well-being? And then four, how do you differentiate between normal stress and potential red flags for more serious mental health concerns? And then last but not least will be, how do you navigate and communicate about boundaries when it comes to prioritizing your mental health in various aspects of your life? And like Austin said, those are in the chat, so you can read those questions yourself. But yeah, it's just a little survey we have just to get you thinking and steering your mind steered up to how do you take care of yourself personally? Because overall, everybody's self-care doesn't have to be the same. It can vary from going out to nature, listening to music, realizing that you need the work-life balance and many more things. So there you go. Thank you, Austin.
Yeah, excellent. So I would recommend, because this meeting is going to end pretty soon here, to maybe write these down and keep thinking about them. And just take a couple minutes if you have some time in your day just to kind of think through these. But we want to kind of open up the floor to you guys now with this last kind of 10 minutes or so. If anybody has questions, or would like to kind of comment on some of these survey questions, or want to kind of share what works for you in terms of your self-care, we want to give you some time to do that. So, or if nobody has anything, we can also take some time just to think about the survey too. So this is your time. This next 10 minutes or so is all about you. So whatever questions you have, whatever insights you might have, we'd love to hear them. So
I just want to say thank you to Alvin, Margie, Austin, Tyler, and Shanavia. I think you all did a great job, and you all touched on different uh, keystones that folks can use. For me personally, I'm a music guy, so I have music that I watch that I will listen to when I wash dishes. I have music when I ride my bike. So, and then I have music when I'm driving the car and listen to my iPod. So I have different music for different zones or when I'm in different mindsets. Shanavia, I have kids, so sometimes I need to get away from them. So don't be afraid to close the door is what I say. They know that I'm here if they need something, but sometimes daddy needs alone time and I just close the door and they know, hey, he's working or he's watching a show. And they can get me if they need me, but sometimes you got to close the door and be separate. But we do a lot of stuff together. Uh, and Tyler was talking about nature walks. It's not my thing, but it's my wife's thing. So it has become my thing over 20 years of marriage that sometimes she just wants to go to, we have a 4 mile nature preserve and she wants to go, and that means we're going. So I've come to enjoy it over the years. And I know to wear better shoes, though that shoes that can get muddy because it's not always nice. And I learned that the hard way the first few walks with her. So just wanted to say thank you all once again to everyone. And I'm going to mute and be quiet.
cool. So like I said, if anybody has any questions, or insights, or, even if you just feel like unmuting the microphone for a second, that's fine too. We'd love to hear from you guys, because we've done a lot of talking at you, and we also wanted to provide some space for anybody that would like to weigh in or ask a question. So feel free to use the chat, or feel free to raise your hand or unmute yourself. And yeah, if you got anything to say, we'd love to hear it.
You got one comment from Mr. Collins. I am a combination person in self-care. Yes, music, long drives, and nature. So good job.
Good for you, brother.
I can share something really quick.
Sure, go for it.
Yeah. So I think mental health it needs to be a priority. There's many times I've been up and down and all around. And what I find for me when I'm feeling really overwhelmed with the situation, or just my feelings are just kind of, out loose, is I grab an ice cube and I just like sit with that and it just melts. And I just kind of picture that like my problems are kind of melting away with it, because unless someone's really hurt, I just need to kind of chill out a little bit. Um, and then it kind of helps to reset. That coldness will kind of like shock my body almost and be like, hey, like, pay attention to what you're doing and do something better to make your day better.
Awesome. Yeah, just little things like that, just grabbing an ice cube, or doing stuff like that. Something that sometimes I like to do is I have a little fidget. I don't think I have one here next to me. But at my service site, I have a little fidget that I like to kind of mess around with. It's kind of one of those, not really bubble wrap, but you like push the little holes in and you just keep pushing them in and out. And, I always find it's pretty cool whenever I get it so that all of the holes are on one side and all of the little bumps are on the other side of the little fidget toy. So even just stuff like that, I love to fidget with stuff. So, that can also be helpful as well. All right. Any other insights, comments, thoughts?
I want to give a quick shout out to Antoine for helping organize the Zoom meeting. Just want to let you know. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, sorry about the switch over. I'm still unsure why that happened, but I'll look into it before the next group has their meeting.
Yeah, I think that might have been because I entered the waiting room early because I thought we would be using a professional Zoom account. So that one might be on me. So apologies for that. And just in general, hey, thank you so much for sticking with us through all of the, technical issues and so forth that we've been having this evening. You guys have been awesome, just as an audience, and really glad that you guys are engaging and thinking about this topic. So, yeah. Oh, looks like we got something from Chelsea, and it says, "I really appreciate you all taking your time to present to us today. These themes are so very important and especially necessary in the service work that we do. These reminders have been awesome, all along with some new info. Blue spaces, aqua. I like the water and I'm going to really try to add this space to my self-care routine. And a special go Shanavia, as she represents LeaderCorps for my area. You guys rock. Thank you. Thank you so much for that comment, Chelsea. We really appreciate it. Thanks for that shout out for Shanavia. She's been doing an awesome job. So cool.
I had one actually quick comment. Kind of like what Antoine was saying. If you're not a big nature person, I kind of alluded to it a little bit in the presentation, just listening to nature. So you don't necessarily have to get outside if you're not a big fan, but anything helps. Even if you're just listening, standing outside. You don't have to go on a hike if you're not comfortable with it, just, building up to it.
Yeah, and like I just said, I didn't get I was trying to stay on course because we only had 10 minutes left. One of the things that I was going to say that I didn't get to say is that not all music is created equal, and different styles fit different people. And so I know we kind of touched a little bit on kind of intense music, and when we're listening to things that have very sad themes, or that might be like heavy metal, or where there's themes of violence and stuff like that. That's not always very good for us. But even within different styles of music, there's a lot of distinction. I'm a jazz musician myself, and there are like 20 different subcategories of jazz music. It's pretty wild, and each one's a little bit different. There's jazz fusion, there's bebop, there's Dixieland, there's third stream, there's cool jazz, which I don't think is really jazz. But just even within different types of music, there's lots of different kind of avenues you can go down. So it's just up to you to sort of figure out what you like and what kind of gets you going, so to speak. So just keep thinking through that. And then Tyrone says, I want to thank you all for the time you put in to this presentation. I enjoyed it. And and thanks so much, Tyrone, for coming, man. It's been great having you all here. So we're gonna hop off pretty soon in a couple minutes here. So if anybody has any questions or comments, or anybody would like to weigh in or join the conversation, we're gonna do it auction style. Going once, going twice.
Hey, I just wanted to ask
Go for
Tyler,
it.
I missed where you serve at? Because Huron Pines is really close to where I'm at.
Yeah, so right now I'm serving in Leelanau right now at the Leelanau Conservancy. So yeah, but yeah, Huron Pines is sort of like the big umbrella organization. We have a few members that are with Huron Pines like proper over in Alpena. But yeah, just a lot of good stuff.
What do you do with them?
Oh, right now, I with the conservancy, we're doing a lot of landship stewardship. So going out on a lot of Leelanau's preserves and kind of just doing a numerous bunch of things. Vernal pool monitoring, trail maintenance, invasive species pulls, all that kind of stuff. Sort of this, doing our best to conserve those preserves.
That's awesome. I just had to ask because I actually went to school for environmental education and outreach. So,
Oh, that's perfect. That's awesome.
but Margie, I also do college advising, but I'm with Advise Michigan. So
Oh, that's awesome. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other again sometime soon then.
yeah, probably. So thank you all so much. This was super
Mhm.
interesting.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Real quick, one really just quick plug for my program. I know I talked a little bit about Special Olympics Michigan AmeriCorps program. We have a really cool center in Grand Rapids. It's called the Unified Sports and Inclusion Center. And I know I'm a little bit biased, but it's one of only a few centers in the country, maybe on the entire planet Earth, I don't know, that has the depth of nonprofit activity going on. We have 10 different nonprofits at our site, ranging from obviously Special Olympics Michigan. They bought the building initially from South Christian High School. We have Disability Advocates of Kent County. We have obviously the Mental Health Foundation of West Michigan, which is where I currently serve. We have Down Syndrome Association of West Michigan. We had a member serve there earlier this year, which was pretty cool. And we've got some others. We've got a couple autism organizations. We have lots of cool stuff going on. So if you're ever in the Grand Rapids area and you're just looking for a cool spot to check out when you're over here, definitely come check out our center because it's really, really cool spot. I'd be happy to give anybody a tour who wants to come check out our building. And we're always going to be looking for more members. So, we have members obviously in the Southwest Michigan, Grand Rapids area, but we also have a couple members in the Lansing area typically, and also a handful over in the Metro Detroit area. So we serve Special Olympics athletes across the state of Michigan. We're trying to anyway. All right, so we're probably going to be wrapping this up pretty soon. I'm going to do one more auction style to see if anybody has any more to add. Going once.
Before we get off, I want to say something.
Yep, go for
I
it.
wanted
Go
to
for it.
say thank you to my team, all of you guys who presented, because I got something and I can relate to something that everybody spoke on. I had to get my mind right, have to have that positive outlook and stuff that I had to work on that. So that was something I had to work on for quite some time. So thank you, Alvin, for what you presented. Margie, I have multiple sclerosis, so I know about feeling tired and going through different things where you have to push yourself to stay positive and keep your mind together. Nature, I love nature and music, so I love to look at the clouds. It's a beautiful cloudy day, so I just thank you all for everything that y'all shared.
Thank you.
And again, just thank you all so much for coming. I know can sometimes be a little bit of a pain to come and hop on a Zoom meeting after a long day of service, but we're so happy that we got lots of you guys here and that we got to spread our message of positivity and self-care to pretty nice sized group of people. So thank you guys so much for coming. All right, so going once, going twice, going 3 times.
It's a new comment, Austin.
What's that?
It's a comment in the chat.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. We
someone
got a
asked you to
comment?
put your contact info in the chat. Someone asked you to do that, Austin.
Yeah, absolutely. I can do that. So, I'm going to put that in the chat real quick. I'm going to put my phone number in there in case you want that, and also my email. Yeah, thanks for asking that question. Happy to connect with all of y'all. All right, let me just make sure that's all correct. All right.
All right, so I guess I'll be seeing all you at the next big gathering for the LeaderCorps folks. I enjoyed it totally and completely. Good job. Have a nice, peaceful night. And remember one very important thing. Don't let anybody get to you. Okay?
All right. I like that advice.
All right then.
Try
Talk
to
to you
live
later.
by that.
All right. Later.
All right, later.
Well, so looks like it's a good place to end. So everybody take care, and we'll see you all soon.
See you soon, everybody.